Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a finally football freaking Friday, August 29th, 2025. How are you doing out there? You getting ready for this game? Getting geared up for Saturday. It's a nooner. Make sure you get up early. If you're going out to the stadium, you know what to do. Get wasted and be loud. That's my advice to you. So, huge monster, epic week one matchup here. Can't wait for it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, let's see. We talked about what Coach Day had to say this week. We talked about what Coach Sark had to say. Oh, by the way, I want to remind you, Sunday night, me, Jeff, and Sean are back. We'll give you our instant reaction to Saturday's game, and we'll touch on next week's game a little bit. Not much. We'll mostly focus on this Texas game and talk about what we saw, what we didn't see, talk about our score predictions, see who was right and wrong. I'm sure I was pretty close. And microscopes and kind of recap the Texas game entirely. So, but today, your 5 keys to a Buckeye victory and your best bets. I got a handful of best bets here before we get out. But first off, I want to start with our keys to a Buckeye victory. Number 1, 5 keys here. 1 of 5. This one's huge. That's what she said. Generating pressure without having to blitz. That's something. I went back and watched the playoff game against Texas from January, just last week. So we were getting home with Jack and JT on the edges. We were getting home. Tyleek up the middle did have a 1 or 2 batted down passes on Quinn Ewers, but getting pressure without having to blitz, that is huge. If you can get pressure with just 4, that allows your back 7 to sit back in coverage, whether it's zone or man, doesn't matter. But the more guys you can put into the passing lanes, the better. So this O-line for Texas is kind of rebuilt. They lost 4 guys. They're talented, though. These guys they're bringing in are solid. But if communication is an issue, crowd noise, they have to go to a silent cadence. We saw Indiana shit themselves when the crowd got loud in the shoe and forced them to go to a silent cadence. They just wet the bed. So this Texas offense they got to protect Arch. But if you can get Kenyatta, Caden Curry, if Bo Atkinson is in there, I assume he's going to be in there at some point. If you can get these pass rushers going, whether it's traditional, 4 down linemen, or maybe you bring in some odd fronts, some sub packages. If you can get pressure on Manning, then this could be a big time change in the game. You're not going to get home every time, but if you can just get pressure, keep him in the pocket, that rush, that type of rush where you don't go berserker and just go up the field as fast as you can. You rush, but you keep that pocket, and compress that pocket off the edges so that you're just pinching him and keeping Arch from taking off and finding a lane. So generate pressure without having to blitz. Number 1. Key to a Buckeye victory. Number 2. Shutting down this run game. They're going to try and come in here with a balanced attack. So run and pass is going to be very equal. But don't forget about the QB run, like I mentioned. But so this backfield is one of the best in the country. You're returning Tre Wisner. He was all SEC last year, ran for over 1,000 yards. CJ Baxter is back from an injury. He missed all of last year, so he should be 100%. That running back in the throw game was a dagger for us. That hurt. 2 wheel routes and swing passes on top of that. Sonny got roasted on 1 touchdown to was it Blue? Might have been your boy Blue. Anyway, 2 touchdowns on wheel routes cannot abide. We cannot have that. So you gotta take care of these guys, shut down this run game, and keep these guys from making big plays in the pass game. So take care of these running backs, stick to them like white on rice, and just let's not see an instant replay of the playoff game. So that's key to a Buckeye victory number 2. Shut down the run and the running backs. Now, key to a Buckeye victory number 3. You probably thought this guy would have been number 1, but he's actually number 3 in my book. The Heisman Trophy favorite currently, Arch Manning, former number 1 recruit, has started a couple games. We know threw for 1,000 yards, likes the deep ball, ran for over 100 yards last year in a couple games. So he does bring a true run threat. Your preseason Heisman favorite. He has that mobility. Look for some zone read. Sark likes to show you a bunch of eye candy, pre-snap, a bunch of guys moving around. He wants to get you in a favorable matchup. So we got to shut down the Arch Manning run threat. That's key to a Buckeye victory number 3. You can't let this zone read just go off and let Arch run the shit out of it. Let's get somebody up there to tattoo his ass and maybe put him in the dirt a couple times and make him rethink keeping that ball and taking off. So key to Buckeye victory number 3, shut down the zone read and the run game from the quarterback. All right, key to Buckeye victory number 4. The Texas defense, their defensive front is their strength. They've got a superstar in sophomore edge, Colin Simmons. We all know him. Dude's a monster. But you also got a senior on the other side, Ethan Burke. So he's got experience. He's got some length. They replaced their D tackles with 5 transfers that have experience. One of our guys in Hero Canoe. But we got this offensive line for the Buckeyes has to take care of this Texas pass rush. I'm not too concerned about their secondary for Texas, but this pass rush, you cannot let them get in Julian's face all day long. You got to shut down this fucking pass rush, especially Simmons. Give him some time. Give him some throwing lanes. We talk about saying he's 6'1", 6'2", doesn't matter. Give him some throwing lanes. Maybe we call some boot plays, get him out of the pocket to kind of stretch the field horizontally and find somebody, on a comebacker or anything. Really, just keep Julian upright, and that's on the O-line. This is all on the O-line. Keep him upright. We're going to run the ball too, so don't forget about that shit. So the running game is going to be key, but this O-line has to keep Julian comfortable and keep him clean. Key to a Buckeye victory number 5. Last one. We got to take advantage of this secondary. There are cracks to exploit in this secondary. They lost 2 DBs to the NFL. They returned Muhammad and Gilbo. Both are 6-foot athletic guys, so these guys will probably be playing in the league next year or the year after. So you got to take advantage of the plays that are there. Yes, they're going to do whatever they can to bracket Cloud, Jeremiah. So expect 2 to 3 guys on Jeremiah every time. So that means everybody else has to step up. Ennis, Tate, Max Clare, any other tight ends that are on the field. You're going to be going against, excuse me, sorry. You got sophomore Kobe Black. He's going to probably get some snaps. Jelani McDonald plays the nickel, but he's like over 200 pounds. He's like 6'2". So if Ennis can shake McDonald, get open, this could be a long day for them. Maybe get open down the seam. So this is going to be interesting. How this secondary tries to defend all of the weapons for Ohio State. I don't think they can do it. I don't think so. You got senior Michael Taffy. He's the leader in the back at free safety. Probably a little overrated. He's just played a lot of football. for the Longhorns, but he's not a great tackler, not a great cover safety. He's good, not great. So this is going to be interesting. Then you got Derek Williams. He's stepping into a starting role after only having 50 snaps last year in coverage at the other safety spot. So this is going to be there's holes. There's inexperience. And I think the Buckeyes can take advantage of the secondary. You just, again, going back to number 4, key to a Buckeye victory, number 4, you got to keep Julian upright, keep him comfortable. So that's what I got. Exploit this secondary for key to a Buckeye victory, number 5. All right, let's get into our best bets here. I've got 5 games, including our game, of course. So let's get into it. Let's start with 3:30 on ABC. You got number 8, Bama at Florida State, going down to Doak Campbell in the tally. Spread is 13.5. Total of 50.5 is the over-under. I'm taking Bama to cover this one easily. I don't care if it's an away game. Home dogs, be damned. I have zero faith in Florida State. I think Norvell is quickly working his way out of town. I don't think he's that great a coach. I didn't think he was when he came in. I think maybe this job's just a little too big for him. Maybe he's one of those guys that's a really good coordinator, not a good head coach. Well, coordinate. So I'm going Bama to cover the 13.5. That's 2 touchdowns. Give me that all day. The total, 50.5. I'm going to stay under that. I don't think Florida State can score much. So Bama and the under. Next up, we got a 7:30 night game on ABC. Number 9, LSU going to number 4, Clemson. This is in the other Death Valley in South Carolina, Clemson, South Carolina. The Tigers are favored by 4.5. The Clemson Tigers, the Tigers versus the Tigers, Death Valley versus Death Valley, all the shit. The ugliest uniforms you ever want to see. Yellow and purple versus purple and orange. Well, thanks. Throw up in my mouth. So Clemson's favored by 4.5. Over under a 57.5. I have zero faith in Brian Kelly. I have zero faith in the Nuss. So I'm going Clemson at home at night. I think this Death Valley triumphs. I'm not a Dabo fan. You know that. I talk a lot of shit about Dabo. But I think he's got too much talent. Klubnik coming back. That defense is fucking nasty. I just don't see LSU being able to match them, especially in South Carolina. So I'm going Clemson to cover the 4.5, but I am taking the under. I think these week 1 games a lot of times are kind of, the word is clunky. I hear a lot, but I would say just kind of not so crisp. I mean, look at that game over in freaking Ireland with K-State and Iowa State. That was brutal. A lot of fumbles. So I'm going Clemson, cover the 4.5 and under the 57.5. I just think offenses are not crisp and sharp for the most part in week 1. Then we got a 7:30 on ABC. This is Sunday night. Notre Dame, number 6 in the country, against number 10, Miami. The Hurricanes going down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This ain't the OB. You don't come into the OB talking that mess. This is Hard Rock. So, yeah, there's only one way to rock, and that's hard. I don't know. Is that their tagline? Should be. So spread is Notre Dame by 2.5, over under 49.5. Now, the trick is you got to ask yourself, has Mario got this team? He's been recruiting well. Does he have this team down in the trenches, ready for a Notre Dame team that will dominate you in the trenches? That's the question. I don't know. Jury's still out on Mario. He's been recruiting fine. We're well aware of the guys he's stolen from Ohio State, but you got to win this in the trenches. I don't think he can do it against Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame, another road dog, or home dog, another road team going in to the opposing team stadium to get the dub. just 2.5. Notre Dame wins by a field goal easily. So I'm taking Notre Dame. I'm taking the under 49.5. I think this might be a defensive struggle. You got a first-time starter for both teams. Well, Carson Beck's starting for Miami, not a first-time starter. But for Notre Dame, you got CJ Carr starting first time. Again, offenses are going to be not so crisp week one. All right. One more before the Buckeye game. Let's finish it up here. 7:30 p.m. This is Saturday night, I believe. NBC on the Peacock. This is on the cock. Michigan's all over the cock. The cheaters love the cock, he said. New Mexico comes into Ann Arbor. Number 14, Michigan. Ooh, wow. 14. That's sad. Anyway, spread is the cheaters by 34.5. Yes, they're still the cheaters on this show. But the over-under just 49.5. So 34.5 is the spread. 49.5 is the over-under. Bryce Underwood, first-time starter, true freshman. This offense is definitely going to be clunky. You're going to get some quarterback run. Yes, you will. You probably get Bryce Underwood with breaking off some guys, and maybe he takes one for 30, 40 yards for 6. But other than that, I don't know what to expect here. I wouldn't expect anything from New Mexico. I don't think the cheaters can put up 35 points. How's that sound? I'm going take New Mexico with the plus 34.5 and definitely the under. These two offenses are not going to put up a ton of points. Yeah, take New Mexico. But Bryce Underwood, whatever his name is, will have a decent day. All right, let's get into this Buckeye game. We talked about it last Sunday. I just talked about it all week. I just gave you my 5 keys to a Buckeye victory. Number 1, Texas, coming into Columbus to visit number 3, Ohio State. I found some varying spreads. Right now, I use Bet Online, and Buckeyes are favored by 1 at home, and the over-under is 47.5. That hasn't really moved much. So I think this, again, offenses are going to be a little disjointed, a little not so sharp in week 1. But I think the Buckeyes get their footing, establish the run, the offensive line establishes the line of scrimmage, and I think the Buckeyes get the dub, take the Buckeyes with the easy one, and I'm taking the under 47.5. I think this could be a defensive struggle. Both teams want to run the ball and be more balanced coming in here, so you're going to see a lot of 3 and outs most likely early on, unless the Buckeyes can break off some big plays. I think you see some 3 and outs, and it's going to be a punter's paradise. So hopefully Joey McGuire can have a good day and improve on last season where he was okay, not so sharp. But let's see if the Buckeyes can keep staying upright, get him some time in the pocket to distribute. Just be a distributor. That's all. Let's see a clean offense as much as possible. This is, Texas has a defense too. So that's why I think you're going to see a lot of 3 and outs, but the Buckeyes will prevail in the end. I'm thinking probably a field goal victory, but I'm taking the under. So those are my picks. Going back to the 5 keys, just for a quick recap. 5 keys to a Buckeye victory: generate pressure without blitzing, stop the run and the running backs in the throw game, shut down Arch Manning in the zone read and running game. Number 4, give Sayans some time, shut down Colin Simmons. Let's give Sayans some throwing lanes. And number 5, exploit this secondary. They're fit for the taking. And then my best bets: Bama to cover and the under, LSU to going down, and Clemson to cover there with the under. Notre Dame, Miami, I got Notre Dame covering and the under. New Mexico at the cheaters, I got taking New Mexico with the plus 34.5 and the under. And the Buckeyes, I'm taking them -1 and the under 47.5. So Let me know what you guys think. Hit me with your score predictions anytime. You can email me, joe@thebuckeyecast.com. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and we'll talk to you later. Go Bucks.